Hey, I never come in. Oh, ouch, in the back. Oh, something sharp there. Hey, welcome. So guess what we're doing today? Not removing the lake yet. I haven't got that far. Today it's a new track layout. As you can see, it took me 3 hours to get it this far. I've glued that down yesterday. I glued that down up on the farm plateau so that it'll be fixed well. I went to great lengths to cut all of this underlayment under the track. I even recorded it, and my microphone didn't work, so I did not want to dub over the footage. So I don't have that. But I did lay out this S-curve to come down near the grain store, the feed store. So I got that. I also laid out for clearance so that Chessie would clear under this part. I don't know if you can see that there. I'll be doing some close-ups in just a minute. So that it clears by 3/4 of an inch. That's plenty. I doubt I'll ever have anything taller than that because they won't go into these tunnels for there. So I wanted to at least show you just the overall start of where we're at. I am so excited about this. Let's talk about, so this track coming up from Laurenvale will at some point tie in to this track so that I can tie them all in. Probably when I convert to DCC. I don't know when or if that will ever happen. But for now, it'll work great as far as simulating things. So that's good. I've got, some of you were concerned about the percent slope, and I've pretty much nailed it. There's nothing over 3%. And there are quite a few real life railroads around that have 3% or more. So I feel comfortable that I can do it this way. How's that for a pause for a thumbnail? I just love doing this. This is so cool. Okay, now I've got to get back out of here now that I've made my grand entrance. Some of you asked about my knees. So I had total knee replacements. One back in, it was back in December of 24. So here we are in June, so about 6 months. And then I had the second knee done at the end of January, so that's about 3 or 4 months, 4 months maybe, 5 months, 4 months. And they're coming well, by the way. Each day I can feel it getting better. Just this morning when I first got up, typically that's when it hurts because it's been just still all night. I didn't even think about it. I got up and just started walking. Didn't hurt. That was pretty cool. So, enough of that. It's coming well. They say it takes a year to fully recover from that. It's still hard getting down on my knees, but I can do it. I can do it. They did total knee cap replacement too. See ya. Before I see you, let's put this back on. Got to fill this lake back up again, huh? There. This gives you a really good idea. I did these S-curves just to give the effect of coming down off of a mountain, rather than a straight shot. Over on that side, it is a straight shot, and that's going to be a second level above the lower track. So I'll probably put a train station or make it accessible with a platform out there landing so that people can access the track from above or below, either way. I don't know I think you can see Chessie over there. Good clearance, plenty of room. This Luan that I made, I did a template. I rough cut just a rectangular piece, and I slithered it underneath, and then drew a line to match that and cut it out. So I will be painting this to make it blend in a lot better. I wanted to show you one thing right here. A lot of you had mentioned that it looked like it was really steep. I'll set the camera over here so you can look from this way to get the, or maybe I'll set it over there looking this way so I can point and click, so to speak. So this lower track coming out of Laurenvale is 3%. I have that app on my phone that tells you what the slope is. It rises about 2% going up here. I thought it was actually 3, but it's only 2. This road, a lot of you had mentioned that looked steep. It is pretty steep. It's 12% grade. But we have, here in Vermont, we have hills that are 12% or some are 15. Very, very steep. So I guess that's a matter of questioning. I think I can get under the track to come over here with a road from above if somebody's driving and cross over to the feed store. So I want to show you, I'll bring the camera over here. I don't think I can zoom in, but I'll bring it over here and show you what the slope is right here. Okay, so this is my degreer. It'll tell me what the slope is. And when you see more black or white, that's the angle this way. So I'm going to keep it tipped back just a little bit so you can see the number really well. So I'll put it on the track. That's 3%, 2%. It's not a perfect measurement, but it gives you a good idea. So I'm totally happy with that slope. Okay, this side is going to be completely flat, following the same height as the lower track. This slopes this way, probably 2 inches, 1.5 inches, somewhere in there. So we're already starting lower as far as coming across here, and then at this point, we'll taper it down to come over to the feed store. So I'm going to make some decorative, I looked online to try to 3D print some pillars or beams or supports of some sort that were decorative. Couldn't find anything. So I'm going to make L-shaped supports that'll be secured back here, and we'll also come out to build a platform up here to support a train station up here. It could be, I want it up here, and then it can also have the option of going downstairs to load or unload down here. So this is what I came up with, just a simple L-shaped. Let's see, take these temporary supports out. I'll put a series of those in. This one is short, so that when I make the station platform, each one of these will get longer and come out and kind of round around. It should be very decorative. I think that's going to look really sharp. So this one is good. It's the correct height, and then I'll just maintain that. I'll put them every 8 or 10 inches apart, down through somewhere down here. Yeah. And the next one, I think this is going to look really stunning. Pretty excited about this. As always, I get excited about almost anything, don't I? That is really solid. Okay, now put a 45 on each end of this. I'm going to let it hang out. This one is flush, so I'll make this one the same. And it comes out here, so it's it's starting to create the platform. I'm using 2-inch screws. This is the PVC wood. Make sure we get that nice and straight. Perfect. What I can do too is run a screw down through here, and that will hold the track well. This will all be painted so the screws won't show up. These are 1-inch screws. I don't know if I said that, but they are. Okay. I'm measuring the distance from this point to underneath, and 5 inches has been the number. 5. This one is just a little bit. It's a 16th. Needs to be a 16th shorter. At this scale, that will show up, so guess what? I'll just take this one out. I'll just cut an 1/8 inch off. Before I do, let's verify that. I think it was a 16th. A 16th and a half. Before I screw this top one in, I just want to verify. Perfect. 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 Okay. That is perfect. The reason that these posts might be a little different is because I'm actually setting where there's ballast that's hard, so the ballast is a little uneven, but this point, this line is consistent. Is it looking like anything yet? It's got to look like something. Now post number 4. Posts, everyone. That's just a pinch shorter, and I think I'm good with that. I want it to start going that way just a little bit. Well, that puts a damper on things. I'm out of power. The power just went off. Anyway, I have a power station. Maybe I'll plug that in and get, just so I can get, I might be able to cut ahead. I'll get things ready. I'll finish cutting these and get them ready and get that done. So we should be good to go. I'll be able to cut this platform because that's battery operated. I'll use a jigsaw for that. I only need a couple more, 2 or 3 more. Okay, hopefully power will be back on soon. Well, fortunately I have this power station. I've plugged these 2 in for the table saw and the chop saw. And I have a string of lights over on the train layout. You'll see maybe you'll see the room get brighter. I don't know. Yeah. Just like we had power. Except it's not over at the Grant station. It's over Laurenvale. Okay, back to work. Where there's a will, there's a way, eh? I was able to, well, I cut this one with a handsaw because it tripped. I started to cut it with the table saw and it tripped the breaker on the power station and it won't light up again. So, yeah, I got a light on my drill. I'm putting this one closer than normal because there's a joint for the plywood. And I want to make sure that I firm that up. So now I'm going to taper it back this way to nothing. Sandy just saw on Facebook that there's a substation out near us in the industrial park. So they said it would be about an hour to fix it. That's good and solid. Let's take a look at it to see whether or not I got this level or straight or, flat plane. So you can see all the way down there. I think that's perfect. Okay, one more here, and then those are done. Hallelujah! Hey, we got power back. Okay, we are good to go. Let's proceed. I'm going to make the station part 4 feet. It's 4 feet long by about 9 inches. I was just walking by over there looking this way, and the effect of a train going underneath and above is just really exciting to me. So I already cut a piece. Let's see. For the platform. Go right there. So I'll screw that down, screw it up. Okay. So I'm going to paint this. I'm going to paint it the ebony, I think it's ebony stone or ebony something. I'll probably end up putting another treatment of something over the top of that, but I want to get the consistency look on Grant Station's side. I'll be running a fence all the way around this, kind of like what I'm printing out. Let me just show you that. It's a bigger fence than what's over in Laurenvale. So there's the station. That's perfect. Perfect height. I may have to back that up, I don't know. But here's the, this picket fence I just mentioned is shorter or taller, bigger than over in Laurenvale. So I think that'll look really sharp going around there. Next, I guess I'm going to paint the track as well, the side of the track. So I'll do that. That is going to look really great. You folks like to pick on me about the sizes of my paintbrush, but that's okay. I don't mind. Happy mistakes. Come on, stop dripping. There we go. All right, I have all of the posts set all the way up through there, and I've got, got that leveled. So it's nice, even grade coming down through there. between 2 and 3%. It doesn't go over 3. I like that. So let's paint this up. Then I've got to hook up the power to it, and I think we're ready to throw a train on there and see what it does. Throw a train. That's colorful. You don't throw trains, buddy. I have quite a bit of prettying up to do with the track, but I wanted to get, this is a big deal for me to get this part done. You can hear the 3D printer going. I'm printing out a lot of fence, and like 2, maybe 3 different sizes of fence. I also printed out another barn to take the place of that ginormous barn. I think it's a lot better. I'm still working on it, but the smaller barn, smallest one, and then this one is 20% bigger. And I'm attaching the smaller one to the side of it to give it an L shape. It'll look like maybe that part will be a milk house. Someone suggested that, thanks. And tying in the roof line, so it takes a little bit of cutting and whittling and chigging and jigging and stuff. I'm sure those are words, chigging and jigging. Dealing with a couple colors of track, gray and black, so I'm trying to blend them a little bit. I ordered some, maybe I've already mentioned it, I don't know, some grass, especially for the farm area, but we may be using it elsewhere as well. We being, I guess, me. That's pretty cool, one tree. So I should be good to take the batteries off. Well, here's an adventure. So I need to hook power into this. This was as close as I could get to here. So I've got to drill a hole. I also have to watch out for that track underneath. I think I'm going to, I know I'm going to drill right here and try to come right out underneath here, and then I can snake the wire up through there and plug it in. So without much further ado, perfect. That's exactly where I wanted to go. Okay. Will it go? Yes, it will. All right, we'll plug it. Kind of like it. Well, I'll plug it in first with this in a bit. I just want to try a train, see what it does. This is the re-railer section of track. Well, I don't know. Maiden voyage, are we ready? Let's go. Honk, honk. Well, it started. It's not that big a track. I think it's a little over 10 feet long. Yeah, all right. We'll have to try some adding some cars on it at some point, but this kind of does it for the video today. Thanks for watching. This was a big deal getting this going. Okay. See you later. Hey, leave a comment, hit the like button, share it, and if you're not a subscriber, look at this. This is the third track on this entire layout. Pretty cool. I'm excited about that. Now we're ready to start working on the farm. So we'll see you later. Have a great day. Thanks for watching. Look at that. That is incredible. I love it. Oh, I love that. That is just great. Yes.